On this episode of Pulse, we'll tell you how to start your August off on the right note. We've got the lineup for Lollapalooza.
And a University of Miami Frost student has quite the musical motivation, how her passion led her to starting a record label.
And finally, University of Miami students are living up to the hurricane name, how they describe the moments when the Ultra Music Festival flooded out.
So let's get those heart rates pumping, because Pulse starts
right now.
Hello and welcome to Pulse, the University of Miami's live entertainment and lifestyle show. I'm Zachary Levy.
And I'm Melissa Beatty. We have an exciting episode for you today, so let's get right into it. Now we're taking a look at the legacy of Academy Award-winning actor Louis Gossett. His family released a statement this week that he died at age 87. Gossett was the first black man to win an Oscar for a supporting role. This was for his character in An Officer and a Gentleman. Emmy Award-winning actor LeVar Burton worked with Gossett in Roots. He spoke about the way the actor was being remembered.
Lou is being celebrated all over this planet for the phenomenal talent, the exuberant life force, the remarkable human being that he was.
Here you can see a wreath placed at his Hollywood star. He is also remembered for helping to found the Racism Foundation in the 90s, an organization committed to ending racism.
Now let's turn to chaos on Star Island, also known as the ongoing investigation into Sean Diddy Combs. Authorities were seen searching Diddy's homes on Monday, one in Los Angeles and the other right here in Miami. It's because of an investigation on Diddy by the Department of Homeland Security team that deals with human trafficking crimes. That's according to a senior federal law enforcement official. Since November, the rapper has faced 5 different civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct and other illegal activities. Sony Pictures captured its first #1 film in almost a year, and it's just getting started. Last week, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire earned over $45 million, according to studio estimates. The new film was aired in over 4,000 theaters and earned more than its predecessor, Ghostbusters: Afterlife, in 2021. Despite the strong start, Sony is set to make a return, or is yet to make a return on its profits. According to the New York Post, Frozen Empire cost about $100 million to make. So the studio will have to hope the movie's strong showing continues riding the wave of popularity all the way through the spring season.
Calling all Barbie lovers, the iconic doll entering the real world may be a real thing after all. The iconic toy maker Mattel just announced plans to open a second theme park in Kansas City. Mattel Adventure Park Kansas City is coming to Bonner Springs, Kansas. It will be a licensing partnership with Epic Resort Destinations. The park will have attractions like those at Mattel Adventure Park in Glendale, Arizona. This includes Hot Wheels roller coasters and a larger-than-life Barbie beach house. There will also be a Barbie-themed flying theater in the Barbie rooftop restaurant and bar. Fans will also be able to enjoy He-Man vs. Skeletor laser tag in a giant arena made to resemble the iconic castle Grayskull Fortress. The park is set to open in 2026. And it's an argument that seemed like it might need magic to fix.
Well, Alyssa, speaking of theme parks, Florida and Walt Disney World have finally made a settlement. This ends a years-long battle between the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District and Disney. It all started over Disney's opposition to a law restricting some classroom instructions about gender identity and sexual orientation. The Oversight District now releasing a statement saying it's eager to work with the company. Disney officials say they are happy to have this all resolved.
And speaking of theme parks, How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Bergland is coming to Orlando. This high-flying mystical adventure is expected to be part of Universal Studios' Epic Universe Park in 2025. The land will have all the theme park classics: eating, shopping, attractions, a show, and character and dragon meet and greets. It's one of 5 new worlds at the new park.
Well, Alyssa, I went to Universal Studios for the first time this weekend, and I think that Harry Potter World will personally be hard to top, but we'll see.
I mean, you'll just have to go to this new park and try it out when it opens.
Yes, well, next up we have our People's Pulse reporters who met up with Athena, a musician from the Frost School of Music, with goals that go octaves above what may seem possible.
The University of Miami Frost School of Music is home to a wide range of student musicians. But an edgy yet bubbly vibe, vocal abilities, and grit are just some of the reasons sophomore Athena Pakinins, professionally known as Athena, sticks out beyond the rest. Tell me a little bit about your history as a musician. Why this?
I decided to be a musician in sophomore year of high school. I've always really liked writing songs. My mom says that I used to write songs before I could properly speak.
A class of 2022 graduate of a performing arts high school and local Miamian, Athena's background is in musical theater, but songwriting and music production always stayed close to her heart.
And my first song I wrote when I was 6. It was called My Name is Athena, so I guess you can figure out what that's about. As an independent musician, it's really hard to kind of get your feet on the ground, and I would always talk with my mom like, oh, I want a record label. What should my record label be? Very offhandedly, but the more I started talking about it, the more I realized like this is something I actually really want to do.
Athena's record label, Lover Girl Records, is an ode to her first single, Secret Lover Girl.
Performing her new single, Secret Lover Girl, which releases at midnight tonight, please welcome Athena!
I decided to go with the name Lover Girl Records because I think that everybody has a little bit of lover girl in them in a weird way.
In true girl boss fashion, Athena announced the opening of her label on March 8th, aka International Women's Day.
You can be a lover girl, but also be a businesswoman, and you can be powerful, and you don't, those two things should not be put in separate boxes.
Whenever Athena walks into a room, the room always lights up. She's always smiling, always brings a great vibe to the room, you know. I've never personally seen her down or really spreading anything negative. It's always just positive energy.
What has all of this meant to you?
It's so rewarding. It's insane. I can't even put it into words. It's just something I'm really grateful to be able to do.
Now, Athena balances her singer-songwriter career with her production career and has no plans to stop. One powerful woman at a time. For UMTV, I'm Amanda Muhammad.
Coming up, an artist who's climbed both the pop and country charts is being honored by iHeartRadio. We'll tell you all about the award she is receiving.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now, we've got something to say.
Save it. It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Beyonce will be honored with the iHeartRadio Innovator Award tonight at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. iHeartRadio described Beyonce as a global cultural icon whose music has topped the charts across multiple formats. Beyonce's single Texas Hold'em is the first song this year to reach #1 globally across all major streaming platforms. Plus, she is the first Black female artist to reach the top spot on the Hot 100 with a country song. iHeartRadio also mentioned her passion for philanthropy and giving back through her Be Good Foundation. The iHeartRadio Music Awards will air tonight on Fox at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Now turning to a different award show, Ariana DeBose will host the Tony Awards for the 3rd time in a row. For the 77th Tonys, she'll also serve as the producer and will choreograph the opening number. DeBose said in a statement that she could not pass on an opportunity to host the show. She says she looks forward to creating a, quote, incredible celebration. The Tonys will air on CBS on June 16th.
Cameron Diaz just welcomed a new baby boy at 54 years old. Diaz and her husband announced just over a week ago that they welcomed their son, Cardinal Madden, into the world. This is the couple's second child after welcoming a baby girl into the world in 2020. The couple announced they will not be sharing pictures of their newborn for privacy reasons. We are so happy for the family and wish them so much luck in this next chapter of their lives.
One of the NFL's biggest stars could be getting a huge TV gig, but it has nothing to do with football. According to multiple reports, Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce is considering reviving the famous TV show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? If the rumors are true, the Super Bowl winning tight end would become the host of the show, and it would air on Amazon Prime Video. When the show was active, it was hosted by Jeff Foxworthy and John Cena. But now, the show's creators seem to want a more celebrity-focused experience.
A trailer has been released for a comedy that's filled with breakfast history. Seriously, it's the origin story of the Pop-Tart, and the movie is called Unfrosted. And to make things even sweeter, it's co-written and co-produced by Jerry Seinfeld. He says he's obsessed with the tree and has been talking about making the film since at least 2010. So get ready to see stars like Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, and Amy Schumer on Netflix on May 3rd. I mean, I personally love Pop-Tarts, but I think a movie about Pop-Tarts is just next level.
Yeah, and I think it's just hard to imagine walking into a movie theater knowing you're going to be seeing a film about Pop-Tarts, but we'll see what the fans think. And from Pop-Tart comedy to stand-up comedy, we're talking about an award that's created for the people that make us laugh. Kevin Hart just won the 25th annual Mark Twain Award for American Humor. This award is one of the most prestigious comedy awards. This prize is named in honor of the best comedians.
It means so much to see the people that I will show up for me in ways over. Dave, it's value. And for me right now, I want you to make sure you feel that and you understand that. So all jokes aside, thank you for showing up on a night that's so dope that could not be as dope without real relationships and real energy.
This award is for more than just comedy. It recognizes those who have impacted American society, similar to how Mark Twain did.
The Ultra Music Festival was back in Miami, and while students were ready to jam out, the weather had other plans.
Yeah, Alyssa, so what was it like when the first night got shut down? Angela Safone is on campus to find out.
Hey guys, Angela Safone here with another episode of Heartbeats on the Street. If you're seeing neon outfits flooding your Instagram feed or hearing a constant beat down the street, you know it's festival season. Recently, Ultra came right here to Miami, but brought a whole bunch of rain with it. The venue ended up looking like a swimming pool. Tons of people refused to let it rain on their parade, but the storm had other plans. The festival had to shut down early on opening night. We're here at the University of Miami to find out what happened after the chaos. We'll see if Ultra was really worth dancing in the flood. How was your experience at Ultra?
It was kind of crazy. There's a lot of people there. There were so many stages.
It was really interesting. It was my first time. I was working as mission control, so, making sure people weren't dying.
I got to, talk to a decent amount of artists and high-five Steve Aoki.
How was it when it started to pour rain and then it shut down? What was that experience like?
Yeah, a lot of people didn't want to leave, understandably.
I brought white Converse and left with black ones.
Yikes.
I feel like by the second day, people embraced it. There were people in mud boots, ponchos.
If I'm spending that much on a ticket, rain's not going to stop me.
What do you think is the best part about these festivals?
Is this for the school? Entertainment, definitely entertainment.
The artists, if your favorite artist is going to a festival, you're probably more inclined to go.
I think the vibes. People just want a solid community.
It's so funky and everyone can express themselves and be themselves.
The music, I think it's definitely the music. I mean, it is a music festival after all.
Would you ever do it again?
Yeah, I would definitely do it again.
I feel like that would be a great way to end your Miami experience.
Absolutely.
Even in the rain?
Definitely not the rain.
So you might go again?
Maybe.
It's raining.
It's raining. We're back at the festival. Wow, the Miami Hurricanes are really living up to their name, fighting through the storm. Now it's time to dry off and get some sleep. From UMTV, I'm Angela Safone.
Speaking of the world of music, let's look into the number side of the industry with Ben Freeman as he takes you off the record.
Thanks, Alyssa, and well. I'm here, you're there, so that must mean that this is Off the Record, your one-stop shop for all the latest in music and streaming news. And let's just jump into it because we need to talk about Vault. No, not the thing that people hid in during Y2K. I'm talking about the newest streaming service on the block. James Blake, the singer and producer, has been one of the most vocal critics of today's music industry. He's claiming that streaming services don't pay musicians enough and that touring has become more expensive than ever. He took to X to break down what he says are the numbers. He says that depending on the platform, artists make between 0.03 and 0.05 cents per stream. He says that if an artist is signed to a label, that number is going to be cut by at least 50%, and then even more after a management cut, taxes, and recording overheads. For these reasons, Blake says that it isn't sustainable for artists to focus solely on their art. So he brings us his solution, Vault. It's a new subscription-based platform where you can subscribe to musicians directly. Blake is currently the only artist on Vault, and for $5 a month, you can unlock 5 previously unreleased tracks from Blake's personal, vault. We'll have to wait and see whether or not people think that $5 a month is worth listening to 5 songs, when for $11 a month, you can get Spotify Premium and listen to 100 million songs. So, yeah, just a tiny bit more. Artist left Spotify in 2022 because of controversial remarks made by Joe Rogan on his podcast about the COVID vaccine. At the time, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek said that the company was committed to welcoming views from different voices. And Young came back to the platform after the Joe Rogan Experience became available on other streaming platforms and said that the boycott was no longer justified. So now I can go back to listen to both of their catalogs, which I've sorely missed. Anyways, I'm gonna go and catch up on decades of hits now that they're available. And after the break, Jenny from the Block visits her old house to realize that the Block doesn't recognize her anymore. We'll tell you about the new J-Lo documentary. This has been Off the Record.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
After months of anticipation, we finally have our first look at the Lollapalooza artist lineup. And let's just say, it did not disappoint. SZA, Tyler the Creator, and Future are set to headline the famous music festival in Grant Park in Chicago this summer. But the fun doesn't stop there. Further down the lineup, Lolla gives fans a wide range of artists that fit so many music tastes, like Dominic Fike, Fisher, and Skrillex. The festival is set to run from August 1st to 4th, and will host over 170 bands performing on 8 different stages. For now, fans will just have to sit and patiently wait.
Oscar-winning conductor Hans Zimmer, who has scored a number of beloved films, just announced he is launching a North American tour this fall. Zimmer will be performing in 17 cities in the U.S. and Canada in October and November. This will be his first time performing in the U.S. in 7 years. The German composer is behind the scores of movies such as The Lion King, Dune, The Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar, and Inception. Zimmer has won 2 Oscars and 4 Grammys. Tickets are on sale now. And now we have our drama deep dive reporters Lauren and Sophia giving us all the details on the recent Jennifer Lopez documentary, and they will also give us the scoop on the Kardashian lawsuit. Let's pass it over to them to dish us the drama.
Hey everyone, I'm Sophia Davis, and today we're peeling back the layers on a story that's been lighting up the headlines.
And I'm Lauren Harrington, joining in on the fun. We've got quite the tale to unravel featuring none other than Jennifer Lopez and her latest venture into the world of documentaries.
Jenny from the block, more like Jenny getting mocked. It's a whirlwind out there, folks.
Oh, and it all started with a clip from her Amazon Prime documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told. J-Lo strolling down memory lane saying, "I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block."
But wait, there's more. She visits her old home and tells the current resident she used to live in his house. And he responds, "Who are you?" And she goes, "Jennifer Lopez." And he's clueless. Who is Jennifer Lopez?
Talk about a reality check. How many times will J-Lo mention the block only to remember that the block doesn't remember her?
The Greatest Love Story Never Told was supposed to be a peek behind the curtain of fame and love, but it seems not everyone's feeling the love.
Critics and fans alike have been quick to share their 2 cents, labeling the project creative narcissism and criticizing it for what they see as a lack of authenticity.
In Instagram, it's become ground zero for this debate. From dissecting her intent to tearing apart past interviews, it's a feeding frenzy.
Comments like, "And just like that, 2024 was the end of J-Lo. Thank you TikTok for exposing her," and more comments like that are flying around from these critics.
Harsh words, but it seems to be part of a larger narrative. The rich and famous stumble and the audience can't help but watch.
True, and it makes you wonder about the allure of these spectacles. Robert Thompson puts it plainly, we are drawn to the drama of downfall, regardless of wealth or status.
And then there's the bodega saga from her 2022 Vogue 73 Questions interview. J-Lo says her go-to order at the bodega is a ham and cheese on a roll, a small bag of chips, and an orange drink. If you know, you know.
Except nobody knows J-Lo, nobody knows. Bronx natives and beyond are still scratching their heads over that one.
And let me just say, as a New Yorker myself, if I'm hitting up a bodega, it's a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll with salt, pepper, ketchup. That's the heart and soul of a New York breakfast.
And keeping up with the Kardashians has turned into keeping up with the courthouse. Kim K herself is facing legal action over furniture. Yes, you heard that right. Furniture.
But Lauren, this isn't any furniture. It's allegedly cheap knockoff furniture. At least that's what the estate of minimalist contemporary artist Donald Judd is saying.
The lawsuit claims that Kardashian promoted fake and poor quality imitations of Donald Judd's tables and chairs in a 2022 YouTube video.
The Judd Foundation is now seeking the profits that it's claimed were made off of the use of Judd's name.
Kardashian didn't respond to requests or to comments.
But that's all the drama we can dish out today.
After the break, we'll give you a sizzling look into some southern dishes that we would definitely crave.
Hey, boss. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents.
You think you created family out of characters?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna take that and make it into a song.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at, where you at on the way out? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
Talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart, and so they need you to stand with them.
I sure am hungry after that break, and I think I'm craving some waffles.
Well, Lissa, it's funny you say that because I am craving some fried chicken.
Well, that's a good thing because our Keeping It Fresh team ate both of those things at the I Crave restaurant in South Miami. Let's get into it because I am starving.
Here at I Crave, known as the original creators of oxtail and grits,
giving a unique twist to comfort food. Let's go check it out.
iCrave was established in 2018 as a passion project by husband and wife duo Erica and Sheena Van Dyke. Located in South Miami, iCrave is spiced to perfection.
Eric and Sheena's journey began in Liberty City, where they were both born and raised. Drawing inspiration from Sheena's family recipes and her father's culinary expertise, they've created a menu that's both innovative and steeped in tradition.
I always say I gave up my 9 to 5 to work 24 hours, and I won't change it for the world.
iCrave is authentic Southern food that they hope will be intergenerational. From their famous oxtail grits, shrimp Alfredo, Oreo waffles, fries, greens, mac and cheese, and their phenomenal chicken and waffles, Addie and I got to try everything, and we weren't disappointed. Addie. Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
I tried oxtail for the first time, and their fried chicken was to die for.
I really want to dip it in the sauce, but I can't.
Okay, let's take the first bite
Yeah,
without
okay.
sauce and then the next one with sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Addie, it doesn't need sauce.
Wow.
That food was definitely amazing, Addie. If you haven't tried iCrave, you better check it out.
I'm gonna be craving this forever. From UMTV, I'm Addie Block.
And I'm Tatenda Mukrejija.
Well, listen, let me just say for the record, that chicken and those waffles look absolutely delicious. But for me, it's going to be a one-stop shop from that restaurant straight to the gym.
I mean, it looks really good. For me, I'm just personally going to enjoy the food and then just probably sit after that and not go to the gym.
Well, listen, let me say, what is best served with food is...
drama, of course. And our confession session team is here to dish out the drama about Charli D'Amelio's breakup and JoJo Siwa's new song.
Take it away, guys.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to Confession Session. I'm Harvey D-Block, that's Johnny Mushton. And Johnny, I think we need to do our best Ben Freeman impression and go off the record because social media influencers have been releasing songs left, right, and center, and they all certainly are a type of music.
Yeah, Harvey, I gotta be honest, someone's gotta take the studio mics away from these little rascals. In the last 10 days, JoJo Siwa released a new song, and so did Landon Barker, who, despite being the son of Travis Barker, is mostly known for being Charli D'Amelio's ex-boyfriend.
That's right, Johnny. He and Charli broke up back in February, with Landon posting on Instagram saying, quote, "We broke up to focus on ourselves. We are still friends and have so much love for each other. I am incredibly grateful for the time we shared and hope you respect our decisions." But Johnny, it took him just a month to prove that statement wrong and disrespect his own decisions by releasing a breakup song titled Over You.
And Harvey, I don't really think he's over her. He literally sings, "Can't bring myself to move on. I miss you now that you're gone. I feel it terminally." Sounds like someone's a sore loser to me. But I do have to say, compared to every other TikTok artist, the song wasn't awful.
But that doesn't answer the question of why are you making a breakup song at 20? Like, bro, you've got your whole life to live. Your father had a divorce, then met Kourtney Kardashian. So life does get better. And Johnny, I grew up in the town over from Charli. My sister even taught Charli how to breakdance. And a few years later, I did not expect her to use those skills to breakdance all over Landon's poor little heart.
Well, Harvey, your sister might have taught Charli how to dance, and you would have thought that my deaf great-grandmother taught JoJo Siwa how to sing. That album was surely something you only needed to hear once.
She released her new song Karma just a few weeks ago, and boy has it divided the internet.
Now, some people are buying her whole bad girl persona, whilst others aren't giving it the light of day. One listener said that it reminded them more of the 90s cartoon Gummy Bears.
Which is made even funnier when Siwa put a content warning on the promotional pieces for the songs, saying it may be disturbing or offensive to some viewers.
Well, I was surely disturbed and 100% offended. But that sounds more like Dance Moms to me. And speaking of which, JoJo Siwa will be appearing in the Dance Moms Reunion TV special, which comes out on May 1st.
That looks like a great special, and back to you guys at the desk.
Harvey and Johnny, that definitely was a deep confession session. I mean, they were coming at those influencers about their songs.
Yeah, and let me just say, I think that probably I agree with Johnny. We should probably have influencers stick with influencing and music artists sticking with music. I think that's probably the best case scenario for everybody involved. But thank you for joining us, and we're out of time at the desk. But we've got more content to keep your heart rates pumping.
Follow our Instagram at UMTV Pulse and join us in 2 weeks for another episode.